So welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be doing the front differential on the 2024 Chevy Colorado. I looked around and I saw actually some differential fluid changes on the Colorado, but it was on the previous generation. I did the rear differential about a month or two ago now, so it's time to do the front. And we're actually going to be using the ACDelco LV gear oil. It's SAE 7585. I'll put up the price in the description below. It's not too expensive. It's a lot cheaper than the rear differential fluid by far. But we'll go and get started. I have the ZR2 skid plate on my Trail Boss, so it might be a little bit different than if you have just the normal Trail Boss. But anyways, there is, I think, 4 13mm bolts to remove the skid plate, and then we'll get to the front differential. There is actually a plug to actually just pull out and actually get the fluid out, versus actually the rear, you actually have to remove the cover for the rear differential. Very simple. I'll show you the process. Let's go and get started. All right, guys, so there's 3 of these along the bottom on the back side. On the front side, they have little slits. I think you'd have to take the back side off and loosen the fronts. Again, this is for the ZR2 skid plate. I wish I need a better socket. I don't have the right, I think I have a 1/4 inch. I don't have the 3/4 inch 13mm. Right now, I lost it. It wasn't the 10mm this time, it was the 13mm that went amiss. Okay, I'm going to slide it back and out of the way. This is your ZR2 skid plate. Back side is right here. You take those 3 bolts out. Leave the front 2 bolts in the truck and slide it on out. It makes it easier to actually remount it. So let's go ahead and get the differential fluid out. Let me go get a pan right quick. So guys, here's our front differential. It's on the passenger side of the truck. There is our fill plug. We'll actually want to loosen it and make sure it's okay first before we try the drain. And our drain plug is right there at the very bottom. As you can see, I'm trying to point to it, but I can't reach it at the moment. Hold on one second. Here is our drain plug. It will take a 3/8 wrench, and ideally this one right here, it's pretty tight, the fill plug. You'll want to use one that doesn't necessarily have a head on it. Give me a second, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Ideally, if you have one available to you, let me get you focused, one like this. That's what I would be using, because it'll make it easier to get to. So let's go ahead and try to loosen that fill plug first, and then we'll loosen our drain plug. So you might actually need to use one that has a head on. Give me a second, guys. All right, yes, it'll come all the way out. I just making sure that bolt right here, if you can see where I'm pointing right here, this bolt's in the way. It's really in the way. So let's do the finagle around with that, but it's coming out, it'll be fine. So now let's go ahead and loosen up a drain plug and let the oil out. And then once all the oil drains out, we'll fill it back up. And I'll tell you the exact number of quarts you'll need. This one may have a magnet on it. I am not 100% certain. I do know it's caked over with mud a little bit. And there's the oil. We'll let that one drain for a minute. All right, so now it's just about dribbling. I think we're about good. So I'm gonna take this bolt right here, the drain bolt, and I'm gonna clean it off and see how much particles there are in it. It's not bad. It's a little mushy. I don't know if you can see there. I'm gonna try to focus. A little mushy, not too bad. We're gonna clean it off though, the magnet. The fuel plug does not have a magnet, just the drain. Let's clean it off, you know, good there. I don't see any thread seal on this, interestingly. I'm gonna double check. I don't think I'm gonna put any back on it, just the way the bolt's made. If it doesn't have any, there's really no point. I take it back, the bolt has its own gasket at the very bottom, so we don't have to worry about any type of thread seal in it, I don't believe. Just gonna thread it back up in there. I'll tell you how many foot-pounds we're gonna torque it to in just 1 second. Drain plug is 288 inch-pounds or 24 foot-pounds. It's not really a lot, but that's what it is. That's what we're going with. All right, so next, we'll take the fill plug out and get ready to fill it up. There we go. As you can see, let me try bringing it to the camera. There's a little bit on it. I may have been wrong. There might actually be a magnet on this one too. There isn't on the older generations though. So right here there is, yeah, looks like there's a magnet. I'm gonna wipe it off and see. Just 1 second, guys. So the fill plug actually is magnetic, so that's pretty nice. I mean, it has the bottom or the drain plug that's magnetic and the fill plug that's magnetic. So let's go ahead and fill it up. It's 1.3 quarts. I went in and bought 2 quarts of the 75/85 just to be cautious. I'm gonna use the same tool that I used last time to fill up the rear diff, to fill up the front. Pretty simple process. So let's go ahead and get that done. So as you can see, it only takes a few pumps and there it comes. So we got it kind of cleaned out already. The pump's full. We got our new fluid ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get this pump or get this fluid underneath the truck and into the diff. I'm probably gonna make a mess here in the driveway. It's gonna be great. But let me see if I can get you set up back here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna bring my pan out here real quick and run some of this new fluid through it to get the old fluid out that I filled the rear up with. I know it sounds like a waste, but honestly, just to clean out the pump.
So during the filling process, I must have accidentally hit the record button and stopped the recording. Well, luckily, filling the front differential is not really much different, or really any different than filling the rear differential. You'll stick one end of the transfer pump into your differential fluid and the other into your differential and just pump away until it actually starts to seep out just a very little bit, and you'll cap it off. You'll cap it to 24 foot-pounds or 288 foot-pounds, or 288 inch-pounds, my bad. So 24 foot-pounds or 288 inch-pounds. So let's continue on and I'll show you how I put this back together. My apologies again for missing this recording. If you want to see me fill the rear differential, I'll put a link or a place where you can click above me somewhere in this video clip.
As mentioned, this one's going to be harder to tighten up just because of the location. Have to do it by feel, I guess, somewhat. I mean, I don't like that necessarily. That feels pretty tight. We're gonna go with that. And I'm gonna clean it up now and use some brake cleaner to clean off all the grease. And then we'll put our cover back on, and that's the differential change, or front differential change. It's easier, but I'll tell you with the this model, it's a little bit harder with that. So be cautious, just be with that bolt. Having the drain plug makes it a lot easier. But I will say it has gaskets on the ends of the bolts. Both of them do, and they both have magnets. Next, we'll do the transfer case, but that'll be in a separate video along with the transmission. I'm gonna do the transmission myself as well. That'll be in a separate video as well. I'll walk you through that. I don't know if you can see or not. Hope you can. But we're just gonna put it back the way it came, of course. Back in its stock location. Okay, slide those in and start putting your bolts back in back here in the back. Just line them up. I'm just gonna go loose with them at first, so hold it in place. I don't think there's a torque spec on these. They might be, but I don't think there's any really that matters too much, as long as it doesn't come off. You're not over tightening it to where it breaks. Now, somebody in the comment section may disagree with me. That's okay. Goodness, I got messy from doing that. But I'm done. It wasn't as long as the rear at all, because you don't have to remove the rear differential cover or the front differential cover. You just actually pull the bolts and empty your fluid. Kind of like an oil change, honestly. Again, we'll do the transfer case the next video, and also I might add in the automatic transmission in that video as well. Stick around, but just I hope this has been helpful. I don't think there was another video on here about the 2024 Colorados or 23 to 26 Colorados on the front differential. I really didn't know that both plugs were actually magnetic. That's new to me, so hopefully that's helpful for you all. I don't know if that's good, bad. I mean, it's helpful, I'm sure. It actually catches the metal in the front diff. The rear only has one magnetic plug. Front at least has two. But anyways, until next time, stick around and stay driven. Bye.